Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. We're going to have a brief look at Ethereum and I suppose give an overview of what that might mean for the rest of the altcoins, which is going to be a real sweeping statement because Ethereum might lift altcoins essentially if it were to go up, and if it were to go down it's going to be bad for altcoins. Generally as a whole, like I say, sweeping statement, it's a bit too black and white to say that this is what the situation is with altcoins, because all altcoins are different and should all be treated differently at this stage in the market. But overall, this is the deal with Bitcoins. We've got Bitcoin here on the daily, still clearly in a downtrend, but we were hoping for a deeper dive, candle body close below and maybe at 33,000. I'm still looking for that, to be honest with you, because that would offer up a better opportunity for a more significant bounce. We do have bullish divergence on the RSI here, so I am expecting a bounce, like a really good one, whether that takes us to 42,000 or maybe even to 47 or 40, or maybe even 49. I'm talking about a decent bounce I'm looking for, but it would just be a bounce, and I still think the downtrend, or I suppose we could call it a consolidation still, will continue for a month or maybe a little more, but who knows. When we get a bounce, we just don't know how far it will play out, and if it does play out to a large extent and comes down and starts a new uptrend, then fine, fair enough. I just don't really think it's ready for that yet. I honestly think that the best way and the most likely thing for Bitcoin to do is to play out this certain range. Now if we go to the weekly here, what we see is we still are above that 50 exponential moving average on the weekly, which is 33,000, and candle body closures below there, to be honest, might be one of those areas where we think bear market. To be honest with you, bear market may begin, and you could already say that it's already begun, but there is a very realistic chance that we just come out of this all very well, and every day that we're above that level on the weekly, I'm very happy. Like I say, candle body closures on the daily, that's fine to have below 33. I'm okay with that. Weekly candle body closures below that level, I'm a little bit more worried about the longer term, as in like we probably will be in a bear market, and lower levels. Not particularly massively lower levels, but levels of 16, maybe 12,000. We could argue about where the bottom would be, but I think those levels are particularly interesting and could probably potentially be the bottom of a bear market. And if that is the case, we just measure that out from the top to the bottom and have an overall vibe of what it would be for us to get to 16,000, to 74% retracement, 75% retracement down to 12, 8% retracement. Those sort of things happen with Bitcoin, and again, this is why we should never be all in and never be all out. Now, I've been buying up a lot of this area here, and I've still got more buy orders to dipping my toes around 33,000. It's not yet filled yet, because I am expecting a dip down and a bounce, like a really big bounce. And at that stage, we could look at doing all different types of techniques, depending on the state of altcoins, whether we hedge it back into altcoins if Ethereum's looking okay. Ethereum is just basically on the 4 hour here, got its first death cross. It was strong in comparison to Bitcoin for a little while. It is breaking down now, but personally, it's early days. It's kind of following the market to a large extent, not really doing its own thing. But the chart is stronger, and if we have a look at the way that the chart is situated here, we are above the 200 exponential still on the daily, which is coming in at around about 19,000. If for whatever reason we do break down to those levels, that would be a very, very decent, significant buy in my opinion, just for a bounce. The weekly, if we look at the weekly, is way stronger than Bitcoin's, bouncing significantly here on the 200 exponent, not the 200, the center of the Bollinger Band, the 20 weekly. So way stronger in its overall picture. But does that mean that this strength will continue, or does it mean that this is early days and the breakdown is yet to happen? And if that does happen, then we are talking about a lot lower for Ethereum. We're talking 1,400, or maybe even 1,200, 1,100, or possibly even down to 700. These are all areas that we should mark off on our areas of potential interest of buying it back. But for the moment, we are above that 20 weekly, and because of that, it's okay for now. But with Bitcoin doing its sideways thing, and if it does go into a bear market, altcoins will go into bear markets too, and they will suffer from the levels that they are right now, way harder than Bitcoin will. And if we're talking about an 80% retracement from the top to the bottom in the bear market, which we are not confirmed to be in right now, then altcoins will easily do to 80 Some of them will do 95 or 98, you know. But for the moment, we'll treat it for what it's worth. We'll focus on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the main thing to focus on. It is the general ruler, the dictator of the market, and it's what we were saying about yesterday in the live stream. My particular area of interest and strategy right now is to start with a large Bitcoin position and build upon that Bitcoin position as my overall balance, and not so much think about what it is that it's worth, but how many Bitcoins I own through accumulating in what this could be an accumulation zone. It's not confirmed yet. Accumulating it at lower levels if we were to break down further, and then on the way back up, when the time is right, we flip those into altcoins. So I've spoken about it many times. It's a very simple strategy. Stacking sats is what most people would refer to it as, but basically it's just to build upon a large Bitcoin position, as large as possible, whether that's buying on the way down, selling into altcoins when the time is right, or hedging them against bots. You know, there's a variety of different ways we can do that, and those who are obviously, you know, part of this channel have seen and are well aware and are actually practicing using bots very successfully themselves. Right this very second in time, bots might not be the best strategy. It will be great if we go sideways for Bitcoin. It will be amazing, actually. That's where the real money is made with bots, and that's what we're looking to confirm. For the moment, we're not going to get that. I still think, and I've been saying it for a little while now, that the range is going to be played largely above the 33,000 zone to the 42,000 zone. This is going to be the accumulation range, but within this micro range, I suppose, the small area, the condensed amount of price action between 42 and 33, there is obviously more other areas that we could dip our toes into, which is specifically 28,600 to basically 50,000, which is, you know, like I say, it's quite a fair way away at the moment, but there is a large range and it could all be played. But the majority, I think, of this overall accumulation phase is likely, in my opinion, to be played out through here. Yet none of this is yet confirmed. Still daily downtrend, still downtrend pretty much all time frames. But there are glimmers of hope to suggest that you know, this isn't a bear market yet, and until it's proven to be one, you know, I am still trying to have skin in the game and accumulate at this level. It's a 50% off. It's a buy one get one free. So yeah, I'm going to leave it with you there, but there's not a great deal more to say about it. If you want to join the Telegram, there's links in the description below. It's all completely free. And if you want to take it a little bit further, I do have a Patreon channel where we do 2 live streams a week, mostly looking at altcoins. For what it's worth, there's not a great deal of it's not very useful looking at altcoins right now while Bitcoin is still hanging in the balance. But you know, even if it just goes sideways for a bit, altcoin charts are going to be a little bit misleading. You know, the only good thing you can get out of those is temporary bounces, which is a fair old thing to do. I don't see anything going into any sustained uptrend right now. There's no particular signals on any altcoins that I can see. There's only areas of interest for potential bounces, and that is it. Same with Bitcoin. Same old story. Anyway, I'm going to leave it with you there, but I thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. It's nice and sunny here in the UK, and take it easy.